y'all, my name is Sarah and this is my Flosstube, Sarah Stitches. This is my channel all about cross stitch and books. I do at the end of all my videos have a book talk. So if you like to read, please hang around till the end. I only have just a little bit to share this week on books. It has not been, and the one I finished I actually listened to, but it has not been a very productive month with reading. But I do have a little bit to share. And I'm always interested in what you were reading and your thoughts on the books that I've talked about, if you've read them and what your thoughts are. But today is Sunday, August 11th, and I just want to welcome everybody and thank you so much for tuning in and taking time out of your day or evening, whenever it is that you watch, to watch my video, just showing what I've been working on all week. I just thank you so much, and also I want to thank all my new subscribers. I took quite a bit of a subscriber jump within the last month. And I just want to thank everybody. It was such a nice surprise. It was very surprising, but I'm very thankful. And so I am going to have, for my next video, a giveaway for finally reaching 2,000 subscribers. So I kind of got some ideas on some things that I want to do. So just tune in and I will have that for my next video. But for this video, I have been working on Stitch the Olympics with the Naptime Stitcher on Instagram. And I have really enjoyed it. Today is the last day for it. But I didn't stitch every day, but I stuck to it. And I'm so happy I did. I'm one of these that I will join in on all the sales. I've done the Colorado cross stitch camps, and maybe we'll complete 1 month. Last time I didn't even get a month completed, but and I have also joined in on different challenges and never seen them through. So I thought, well, with this one, it's only 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. So surely I can stick to this. And I did. And I feel like I touched quite a few whips. And a couple of them I used for more than one prompt. So I feel like some of them got quite a bit more love on them, you could say, than the others. But it was really fun. And so I'm looking forward to, I want to do this, I think in September, she's going to put one out. Laura, Stitching with the Shore, she does a I Spy prompt on her Facebook page, or she also has it in her YouTube video. You don't have to be on Facebook to be able to participate. And hers is really easy. She's very loose with her prompts, and so I think this month around I'm going to try to complete one of those for September. But so with that, I hope everybody, since my last video, everybody is well. It's been just a normal month for me, just work. Now I do work. If you are new to my channel, I work for a school district, but I'm an employee that works year round. And so now the teachers have all come back on contract. Our district, the students do not start until August 19th. But for me, now where I'm at, I'm in the administrative office. The teachers coming back affect me more than students coming back. And so it was a really busy couple of weeks just with all the trainings and workshops and things that have been going on. And so, a few nights I didn't even stitch. But other than that, just grandbabies. And I meant to, in my last video, because I haven't really talked about them in the last couple videos, but they are now 1 year old. And they are just doing wonderful. Their little personalities. It's so fun to see their little different personalities coming out in them. And it's just, we just have so much fun with them. But they keep us on our toes when I have them, because they're into everything. They are walking and just everything. I have one that loves to climb. He is climbing on everything. The other one, he's just a little bit more laid back about things. But he does climb and he does get into things, but he's more methodical with what he gets into. So, but needless to say, they're so cute and we just love them dearly. And we just really love it when they're here, even though we are tired afterwards. But I keep forgetting to talk about them in my videos. So I thought I'd just give a quick little update for you. And so with that, that's really the only thing. Oh, one thing, my son and daughter-in-law did move closer to me. So now instead of being close to an hour away, they're only 15-20 minutes from me. So that's made a big difference. So we were excited about them being able to move closer to us. So with that, I will start with the stitching with Olympic. Started on July 26th and it's running through today, August 11th. And so for the first prompt, it was on the 26th and it was opening ceremony. New start or something you started in 2024. So I decided to pull out a new start. And it's a little cloudy here today. It says there's rain in the vicinity, but I don't think we're going to get any rain. But I think my lighting's a little off today because of it. But we really need rain. It's very dry here. We haven't had a good rain in a while. It's just been hot and dry. But we did have, I live in Arkansas if you were new, but we have had, this weekend, we got a little break in temperatures. We were in the 80s instead of the normal upper 90s with heat index over 100. And so it was a very much welcomed little break. But needless to say, it's going to get back to typical August weather next week. So my new start was Heart in Hand, a honey of a tiny town. And this is it. And I am using all the called for colors. I like this version, but I have seen where a lot of people changed it to the colors that are used with Primrose Cottage's bee collection. And they are just as pretty. But I had already kitted this up and I do like it. So that's what I'm using. And I just pulled out a scrap piece of fabric. I don't even know. I know it's a 32 count. But other than that, I can't tell you much more about it. But this, I only got a little start. I only worked on this for one night. And just depending on the evenings, only on the weekends will I stitch in the mornings. Most of the time, on the weekdays, I stitch in the evenings. And it just depends on what's going on. I might just get an hour in. It just depends. But that was the start for a honey of a tiny town. And that was for the 26th of the opening ceremonies. Then for July 27th was Parade of Nations. Stitch something patriotic for any country. So I pulled out my hem pack by I've got all my projects stacked over here. I pulled out Hem Pack by Plum Street Samplers. And this is it. I saw over the summer several Flosstubers stitch this. And I am using most of the called for. I did change out the color for this chicken and this border here. And then I'm using a different white than what they chose. But I'm stitching this on 20 Count Dove by Colored Cotton. And this is my progress. And I really love this little chart. Only thing I've got left to do is this mound of grass. And I think that's going to take a little while. But the rest of it, I don't think once that's done, I think I can get it done pretty fast. But I don't know how much I will be pulling this out because I am, after this prompt, because I am really in the mood to stitch fall and Halloween. So I may not see this one again till later. But my colors that I chose for, I changed the chicken to, the dark blue is, I just wanted to share this because I don't know, I don't know how long they've been on Etsy. I have bought several things of floss from them, but it's called Stitchy Stuff, and they're on Etsy, and I'm using Raven Feather, and I just think this was just perfect for it. It's just beautiful blue. So, and I'm going to link their Etsy store below because they really do have a good selection of flosses. I'll have to see though, I remember I was watching Laura Stitching with the Shores. She put a video out Friday, and I can't remember if it was this Friday or one other video, but she mentioned something about their store they were taking a break. But if I can, I will link it. If I don't put this back in there, it will be lost. Okay, for the 28th, it was Summer Olympics, stitch something related to summer. And so I have a new start, and it's the Garden Treasure Strawberries. And this is by, this is by Needle Treasure Nook on Etsy. And I just thought this was such a pretty little piece. I just love this little, it's just simple, but it's so pretty. Now I chose my own colors similar, but I did darken up my strawberries. And I'm stitching this on Picture This Plus Legacy, and it's a 32 count. I do need to trim it up because this is a really big piece of fabric, and I don't think I'll be pulling this out too much more to stitch on it. So, and I could be using this for the rest, you know, I got a lot I could be using. But this is where I'm at. I think, all right, no, is this how it goes? I did not mark which way was up and which way was down. I think according to, this has got to be it, right? Wait a minute, hold on, let me see. I can tell because this is what I did right here. There, this is it. This how it goes. No. Okay, this is, I don't know, I gotta figure it out. That is, I should have, there should be, that strawberry should be right there. Maybe this is it. I think this is it right here. Well, anyway, I'll get it figured out. But this is my start. And I did like I said, I did darken the strawberries up. I'm using Victorian Motto Special Red is what I'm using. And there will be some French knots in the strawberries of this yellow right here. So I think it'll be really, you know, sometimes I look at it and I think, well, God, they're really dark. But I think once I get the seeds in, it'll be really, I think they'll really pop on it. But I do like it, you know, I think it's very pretty. I just got to figure out which way is up and which way is down. Is this it? This might be it. This is it right here. Yeah, this is it. This is the way it goes. So, because of the tag, now I remember now, I use that tag as my marker. So this is it. So, now that I've wasted your time trying to figure out which was up and down, I'll move on to a different project. But I love her charts, and I've got another one in my haul. Okay, For the 29th, it was Olympic rings, and it was stitched on anything with the colors of the Olympic rings. So I pulled out this is it. Miss Scarlet here from the Animal Cracker series by Stacy Nash. And this is the one that I'm stitching for my husband. And we had a little Boston Terrier. And so this is the one that she'll be, instead of Scarlet, this will be Susie. So I don't know. Oh, I'm stitching this on 40 count Picture This Plus Tyco. And this is where I got the other ear in and a little bit started on her head. But I realized after I put both ears in, I meant to grab a picture of Susie because, you know, every time when I show this, I talk about her. But I didn't. But Susie was a rescue. A friend of mine had found her. And on the streets, I don't know how long she'd been on the streets, but we, you know, lovingly called her. She was a street dog. But one of her ears, just the tip of it, right, this part right here, was missing. I mean, you could tell it had been, we don't know, you know, we don't have a clue. I don't know if it was bit off or if she had been born that way. I don't think, it didn't look like maybe she was born that way, but she could have been. Or if it got torn off, but it was old. I mean, it did not affect her in any way, but it's just one ear was shorter than the other. So, and I didn't think about this till I'd already stitched both ears. But I gotta look back and see what ear it was. So, but I'm going to go back and take out part of the ear on one of them so that it will really resemble Susie. And so I'm going to try my heart. I really want to keep working on this, and I feel pretty confident I can keep it a secret. So, and surprise it for him for Christmas. Now, I will not finish it like this. I'll just find a frame. He would appreciate the frame more than he would a cushion, a pillow, so, or a pin keep. I don't know. She's a little big for that, I think. But anyway, he would much rather it just be in a frame. So that's how I'm going to finish it. But I do want to kind of personalize it like that. And I am going to change the color of the sweater. Susie had a bright pink sweater that she wore that it was really too little. And my mother was the main one that put it on her. But I do want to change. And I got plenty of pinks I can choose from. But I want to kind of brighten it up a little bit to resemble her pink sweater that she had. Okay, for July 30th, it was Stitch Something with Water, and I didn't stitch. This, or the 31st, I didn't stitch. That was Cycling Stitch Something Round. I had kept a grandbaby overnight on the 30th, and he didn't have a good night. I don't know what his problem was. He wasn't sick. He is teething, so I'm thinking it just was that. But, and you know, babies at this age, you know, some nights they sleep really good, some nights they don't. But needless to say, it was a night he didn't sleep. And I think I only got 3.5 hours sleep, maybe closer to 4. I know I had been rocking him and I had dozed off, but he was awake. And I didn't doze off for long because when I woke up and I looked at him, he was looking at me. So I got up and it was 3:45. And I went and woke my husband up. And I was like, you're going to have to watch him. I got to get some sleep. I got to go to work tomorrow. So he watched him for several hours. And then he got sleepy about 5:30. So I was getting up then, well, close to getting up. And he brought him to me and I put him down. And he, went to sleep for a couple of hours after that. But so, and then on the 31st, I didn't have him, but I was recovering. So I was too tired. I think when I came home from work, we ate out that night and I crashed on the couch. So I didn't stitch that night. But on August 1st, it was Marathon, Stitch on One of Your Oldest Whips. So I pulled out Santa Stops Here by Brenda Gervais. And I actually used this for 2 prompts. I used it for August 2nd also, which was beach volleyball, and it was stitch something with 1 or more person. And so I'm stitching this with Sandy, stitching with Sandy here on Flosstube. So I was able to get to stitch 2 nights on this. And so this is the chart, and I'm using everything called for. Using all the called for flosses, and the fabric is Winter Brew. And I'm stitching it on 36 count 1/1. And this is where I'm at so far. And I think I would be farther along, but I had to do a lot of frogging up in here. I pulled the wrong color. I looked at the right symbol, but I looked at the wrong number for the floss. And the whole time and it was all kind of in this little area right here. I'm thinking to myself, well, that's odd. Those bricks really look light. And I'm thinking, why would she have bricks the same color as the mortar? And I knew, in my head, I'm thinking, and when I looked at the picture, they don't necessarily look real dark, but mine were lighter than that. And I thought, well, okay, maybe it's just the picture. Well, I had stitched them, mine was going to a different color, and I realized I pulled the wrong one. So I did frog those because it looks so much better now. But there are a couple of bricks through over here and here that are the wrong color, but you don't see it, and I think it looks fine. But I did get the wreath finished and all this done. Well, I had all the windows in. I just needed to finish the wreath and a few bricks through here, and I got that part done, and then I also started on one of the windows. So that's where I'm at. I know there's no way I'm gonna have this finished before Christmas. Now Sandy is a lot farther than me, and I think she says she's going to try to get it finished. I do want to make some progress on it, but I'm not going to stress myself trying to finish it. I've got another Christmas whip that I really would like. I've got 2 that I would really like to get finished this year for Christmas. Okay, so that took care of the 1st and the 2nd. Now for August 3rd was rowing, and it was stitch something with a row or a border. So I chose Halloween Rules. Just a minute, I gotta get something to drink. And let me get it. And this is one of those that I could just kick myself for not staying on top of it, for stitch, I don't ever pull it out. And when I pull it out, I love stitching on it. But then something else catches my eye. You know how it goes. But I really enjoy it. And I'm just kicking myself for not having more progress on it. But this is Halloween Rules. And I am stitching this part right here where it says Eat Candy. That's where I'm at. Now I'm stitching this on a 28 count gray that I over dyed to make it, and I think I maybe coffee tea dyed it too, to give it more of a grungy look. And this is where I'm at. I did extend this part of the border down some, and then I got the orange border in, and then that candy, and then part of the bucket. But I am going to leave this out now that I'm really wanting to stitch the fall and Halloween. And I'm going to hopefully get this one finished and maybe another one. I'll just see what I get done. But I really would like to make some good progress on it. Isn't it cute? I just love this. So it is definitely going to stay and get some more work. I'm going to keep it out. And I'm not using all the call for. It's just a mixture. I pulled similar, but I just kind of went with what I had in stash. Okay, now for the 4th was Olympic Village, and I didn't stitch. I think that was just one of those that had been busy at work, and I just didn't stitch. And then for the 5th, it was gymnastics. Something choreographed by your favorite designer. And I have so many, but I just chose a whip that I haven't worked on in a while and I wanted to pull out. And I chose Every Opening Flower by Brenda Gervais. And Brenda Gervais is one of my favorites too. Let's see, where's my cover sheet? Is this it? Hold on. Oh. Yeah, I found my cover sheet. Well, what did I do with it? I know it's around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Here's the cover sheet. This is, and I've got all the call for floss, and I'm stitching it on. I don't know if it's the call for fabric, but I'm stitching it on a 40 count. I lost the little tag. Let's see. I've got it wrote down. I don't know if I got, let me just flip through here real quick and see if I got it wrote down real quick. I'm not going to waste your time by keep flipping through, you know, trying to find it for too long. I have been oh, here it is. 36 count, picture this plus winter brew. That's what I'm stitching it on. I've been doing I'm really proud of myself. I've been doing a really good job of keeping track of everything so far this year. Of what my new starts are and what I'm stitching them on. So I don't think I've wrote down the 2 new starts that I started for the Stitching with the Olympics. But other than that, I've been doing really good. So, and I can get those 2 in my book real quick. But this is where I'm at. I worked on all this and the center part. And I've only got one more bee up in here. And I believe this part right here will be done. Yeah. Now, I did get off count some on my little laurel wreath, but I think it looks fine. But it's not complete, you know, it's not, but I wasn't, time I figured it out, I wasn't going to restitch it all. So, and I think it looks okay. So, but I do love this, like I say, with everything I stitch. But I do need to keep it out and work on it. Oh, and I did work on this one for 2 nights, actually, because on, let's see. Yes, on the 6th, it was equestrian, and it was stitched something with an animal. So this has a bird in it. So I kept it out, and that's why I was able to get all this through here done and all here. So I think I made some pretty good progress for 2 nights. For just, you know, at the most 2 hours a night. So that's where I'm at on that. That was one good thing about this with my whips and with some of these prompts. I was able to use them for more than one prompt. And I did like that because I felt like I was getting a little bit more work done, progress on them. Okay, so for the 7th is synchronized swimming, and it was stitched something part of a sow. And I didn't stitch that night either. I don't remember. Oh, why didn't I stitch? I think I had been, I don't know. But anyway, I just didn't stitch. And then on the 8th was my birthday. And so this prompt kind of fell really in place. It was weightlifting. And stitch something you cannot wait to work on. So I picked a new start, my birthday start. Because I've been wanting to stitch this for a long time. So I thought, well, this is perfect. I can still keep with the prompts and have a birthday start. And I know that Amy with Renewing Stitches, she's going to start this with me. And then one of the ladies that I stitch with at the Shepherd's Needle, she's going to stitch this with me. So I was so excited to have couple people join in with me. And it's, it'll be fun to see their progress too. But it's Plum Street Samplers Blackberry House. And I just love this chart. I think it's just so pretty. I had seen Sarah with Homemade by Sarah W. I think she might have finished it. But if she hasn't, she's real close. But when I first saw her pull it out, I was just like, oh, I got to have that. I thought it was beautiful. So, and I am stitching this on a fabric by Grace Nuts Fabrics. I'm in their Fabric of the Month Club, and I'm in the Neutral Club, and I get 36 count. But I lost the little tag. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's perfect for this because it's got some pink modeling in it. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like you can see it. I just love this fabric. It is so pretty. And this is my start. I actually worked on this for 2 nights because I didn't realize that the first night I got the top row of that border done and I made a mistake. And the second night when I started to stitch some more on the second row, that's when I saw the mistake. So I had quite a bit to frog out and then start over. So this is where I'm at. But I'm excited about getting some more progress on it. And I'm using all the called for colors. I really like these Grace Nuts fabrics. They are so, so pretty. All right, for the 9th, that was the one I used. I used that one also for the 9th. It was soccer, stitch something towards a goal. And so I just kind of set myself, I was going to say, I'm going to finish the border. But then the mistake, and I had to fix it. So, but I did get a little progress on it. And then on the 10th, it was Modern Pelethathon. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's a bicycling. I'll put the word at the bottom. But it was Stitch Something that is part of a series. So I pulled out my Trucking Along with Stitching with the Housewives. And this is another one I used for 2 because for the 11th was, let's see. Now today's the 11th, isn't it? Yeah, because I think today's the 11th. Okay, I only did this for 1 night. And I stitched on it a morning and an evening. That's what was throwing me because I normally, during the week, I only stitch in the evenings. So I was able on the 10th to stitch on this quite a bit during the day. Not so much during the day, but I stitched on it for a while that morning and then that evening. And so that's why because I feel like I made some good progress on it. And here it is. This is October. And this is my progress. I think I've reached a point that all I have to do now is start the truck and finish the truck. But here's my dilemma. When I started this, I have 2 pieces that I like to put these on. I have like a chalkboard piece that I can display it all as one. And then I have some that right up here. I think they look really cute on that plaid 10. I got that at Hobby Lobby. So, but in order to display it like that one, I'm going to have to rip out these rows of candy corn. And then I thought, well, if I feel like doing that, I can just take this October and finish it like a little pillow. Maybe, take out some of these here and then just make a little rectangle type pillow. But I don't know if I want to go to all that trouble because I think it's really cute. It's all as one also, and then it'll be cute on my chalkboard stand. And I got places I can put it. So I just have to see how I feel. But I also know me, and I can be kind of lazy. So, and my family would laugh. They'd be like, no, you can be really lazy. But no, I'm not. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave it like this at this point. And then, but all I got to do is the truck. So I'm going to have this one finished for Halloween. I'm going to keep this in my rotation and work on this and get it finished. Now, I am going to leave out the chickens. I don't like all these chickens. Oh, and this border. I may not, I'll just see how it looks when I get the truck in, but I may not put anything. I may not put that banner thing at the bottom. So, we'll just see. But once again, I just pulled colors that were similar. Well, not even similar. I didn't care for her colors that she chose. I wanted to brighten mine up. So I chose different color. My darker, these pumpkins here are different colors than what she chose. I mean, they're still orange in the same family, but they're a little different. And I like it. I think I like it brightened up more. So. I was in the club with the Fat Quarter Shop. And so I've got several of them done. I had started December's, and then I put it up, and because those trees, she has plaid Christmas trees on them, and they are a lot. And I was, at the time I didn't want to stitch it anymore, but now I'm kind of thinking I want to start it over and do it, because I was doing it all as one piece, but start it over and do it like that. So, and then I've got November I got to do, and then that will be all of them, because I don't do, oh, now March I might try to do, because it is flowers. It's not a St. Patrick thing. So I got a couple more that I might pull out and finish. All right, and then let's see, and that's it. Except for today. Today is stitch something that you would like to see finished in 2024. So I pulled out Hands-On Designs, Let's Talk Autumn. And y'all know my problem with this one is this fabric choice. But I love how it looks, but it is so hard to see and to stitch on. So after I am done with this one, I have a lot left. I don't know. Once I get in a rhythm with it, it does get better. I won't be buying any more of it. I think somebody told me, and thank you for, in the comments, somebody told me they thought it was a Joboin. And so, because the holes are very tight. I've discovered here on out, I do better with the black on 14 count Aida. But this is where I'm at. I managed to, this morning, when I stitched before church, I managed to get in scarecrows. And so that's where I'm at. And I'm going to work on this evening too, to get a good full stay work on it. So I probably will start with, just move down and do this part right here. And so, but I really would like to get it finished. So in order to do that, I really have got to keep this in my rotation and work on it, because it's, I still got quite a bit. And so that is it. That is all my stitching, except for one thing that is not part of the Stitching with the Olympics. I did work some more on my hometown Sal with Teresa Kogut and in her Patreon. Now she has released, I think she's released this part and maybe this part now. I'm behind. Surprise, surprise. But I'm writing here. But I did get a little bit of work done on it. And I'm so far behind, there's no way I'll catch up. So I'm just saving the charts, every month, printing them out, and I'll just work on it when I feel like it. But this is what I got done. I got some more work done on this little building here. And I am changing up. I had said in the beginning I was going to stick to all the DMC. But I had seen my friend Sandy. She's also stitching this. And she's the one that gave me the idea for the green. And so actually this green was one that, and I don't remember the color, but it is a 40 count. And I'm stitching this 1/1, but it was really yellow. So I just took some green Rick dye that I had and darkened it up. And I really love it. But I've also starting to change, not all of it, but some of it to some over-dyed flosses. So for the house here, I'm pulling out this particular house. I'm using Yule Log from Victorian Motto. I thought that was really pretty. Oh, there's a floss on there. Yeah, it's amazing the things that these flosses stick to. I can pull out clothes. I'll wash clothes and run them through the dryer. When I get the lint out of the lint trap, I always have pieces of floss in it. And the other day, there was some black on the floor, and it was just in a little ball, and I thought it was a spider. I was like, I went to go get the broom, step on it, go get the broom, and I was like, when I did that, I was like, oh, that's some floss. I find them everywhere, just stuck to clothes. I didn't even found on the babies, on their clothes, It's so funny. Okay, now that's all my stitching. That's everything that I've worked on since my last video. And so now I will move to what little bit of haul I got and then a book talk. So I've got a couple pieces of fabric. I had done a pre-order with Color and Cotton. Oh, it's probably close to a month ago. And I had ordered in 18 count another thing of Dove. This is it. And Storm Cloud Soft. And this is just a real pretty blue. Yeah, that's it. Thought that was really pretty. So I got those in. And then for August, Grace Notes. No, I haven't gotten that. I think I've already shown this one. Never mind. I was thinking that was August, but I just realized I haven't gotten August in. But I do have a few charts that I got from Etsy. And this one here, I want to start pretty soon. It is Thankful by Sub Rosa. I had never, it just popped up on my home page, when your search page. And I was searching for something else and I saw it. And I thought this was so cute. And I love this fabric. And it does not say on the chart what color the fabric is. It's, she gives, of course, it's all in General Arts and Weeks Dye Works. Oh, here it is. It's Picture This plus gunmetal. So I need to get some gunmetal. I love that. So I'm going to get some gunmetal because I want it to look like this and stitch that. Then also, and this is one I've had in my cart and I'll take out and I'll put it in my save later and then I'll put it back in my cart and take it out. But it's from Victoria House Designs and it's called Harvest Time. And I just thought this was so cute. I love that turkey on that pumpkin. So I've got that one. I would like to get started. Yeah, I'm really wanting to stitch everything fall right now and Halloween. But I did also get 2 Christmas. And one is, I think it's a sow going on. And I don't remember the details. But it's from a New Creation Studio. And it's the Nativity story. And I think she's got the shepherds, the angels, the wise men, and the Nativity. And so I got the shepherds. And so I would like to stitch these. I know that, what's her name? Danielle with Love and Stitching. I think she's the one that I saw this from. And I know she is stitching them. So if I can find more information on the sow, I'll put it down. But I will definitely link the store. It's an Etsy store. But so I got the shepherds. I just now got to go back and get the other ones. And from Treasure Needle Nook, I just thought this was so cute. Just simple. It just says Merry Christmas. So I got that. And that's my haul. That's everything that I've gotten. And if these hadn't been pre-ordered, I wouldn't have got those. It's so funny. My husband, he don't care that I order stuff. He really doesn't. But he'll say, you know, he'll make a comment and say, well, you got quite a bit of something in. And I'll say, yeah, but I ordered that a long time ago. It's just coming in. And he'll say, yeah, I'd say that too. And I'm like, no, but it's the truth. But just kind of like a running joke with us. So that is everything that stitching wise that I've got to show. I think for plans going forward, I just, for the next few, starting Monday, I'm just going to pull out some fall things that I really, for fall, that I want to get going. And then also I'm going to pull out my Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That's the one Christmas whip that I feel like if I work on it, I can get that finished. And then my Hometown by Little House Needleworks. I'm going to get those two. I can finish the Hometown one, because I'm almost done with that little part and then go on to another part of it. But, because it's a series. So, but that's really, you know, the only plans that I have for the rest of August. And like I said, Laura isn't putting out a new I Spy challenge until September. So right now my plan is to try to join in on that. I really enjoyed the Stitching with Olympics. Now, I didn't post anything on Instagram or anything like that, but I'm bad at that. I just don't, in the evenings, you know, I just don't feel like doing it after I stitch. And so, but anyway, but that's all that I've got. I hope that y'all have enjoyed seeing what I've worked on and maybe giving y'all some inspiration, you know, to some things that I've got here. I know, you know, other Flosstubers really enable me. I've got a book that I keep, and I'm constantly writing down stuff. So with that, I will, if you're still watching, I will move on to my books. And like I said, it's not a lot with the books. I did finish The Clockmaker's Daughter by Kate Morton, and I'll put a picture of it up here. And now this is a book I'm kind of at a loss for words on. I typically love her books and really get into them and can't put them down. But this one, I feel like I stayed confused through most of the book. Well, I listened to it. I keep saying book, but I did listen to it. And then when I thought she was wrapping it up and was going to give us a good ending, it just ended. And I mean, literally, the audiobook ended, and I was so shocked. I was like, you know, what? This can't be the ending. You know, you got to, she didn't wrap it all up like normal. And I had read one of the reviews on Goodreads, and somebody has said they felt like the ending was rushed. And I agree, it was. And then the main character, you don't get any, you get a little bit of why, you know, the relevance toward her and the storyline. You get a little bit of it, but not a lot. But you're following a girl that is and I don't know if I'm going to say this right, archivalist. There might be another word for it. I don't know. But anyway, she does like for antiques and old photos and books. She you know, writes them down, keeps them in a log. You know, she's one of these that words are hard right now. Gets them archived, you know. And so but the company she works for, there's a satchel that her boss has given her to go through, and it's got some old photos and sketches of a famous painter in, I don't remember the years, but, you know, years back, famous painter. And so she's looking through that, and one of the sketches of the homes in it reminds her of a story that her mother used to tell her as a child. And it reminded her of that home that the mother was used in the story. And so she goes and talks to her dad and her uncle. Well, comes to find out her uncle actually lived in the house, and the story is from the uncle's. The mom passed the story down from the uncle because he would tell her, but because they were brother and sister, they were brother and sisters, and supposedly there's a ghost in the house, but that's not. It's not a scary ghost, but there had been a murder in the house years before, and so that's how that ties in. But you have lots of, like, you have when the artist owned the home and what had happened in it. Then when he dies, the house goes to his sister, his younger sister, and she opens up a all girls school, boarding school for young girls. Well, I don't know how long the sister has the school, but a tragedy happens, and so the house stays vacant for years, and a young widow and her children move in. And then that's the part that kind of ties the main character into it. But that's really it. There's not, this was not my favorite book. And if y'all have read it and can give me some clarity on it, maybe, I don't know, please let me know. And especially what you thought of it. I was just very disappointed in the ending. I thought, because most of the time she wraps it up really neat and nice and neat, and you're like, oh, I didn't see that happening, and all that kind of stuff. But this was not the case. This one left me with many more questions than what I had answered, what she had answered in the book. So I haven't made any progress on The Women by Kristen Hanna, and I had put this book on hold at my library, thinking it was going to be a while before I got it, and I got an email saying it was available. So it is The Cliffs by J. Courtney Sullivan, and this is a book that I've been seeing on Instagram a lot. I follow Jana Bush Hager. Is it Hager? Is that her name? I know she also is on one of the morning network shows, but she loves to read, and she kind of has a book club, and I follow it on Instagram. And so she had posted about this, that she liked it, and I've read a few of the other recommendations she had, and I thought they were pretty good. So I thought, well, let me try this. And this is just about a young girl that returns back. Well, she had found this house, old abandoned house, and she used to take refuge in it. Evidently her mom was volatile. And so now she's grown, and she is I don't know what her job, it has something to do with history, but she's returned back, and the house has been sold, and this lady is redecorating it, and all that. And so the woman thinks the house is haunted, so she hires this girl to research the house. And so I just, it seemed like it might be pretty interesting. So if you have read this book, The Cliffs, please let me know what you thought. If it's worth, I haven't started it yet. So let me know if it's worth my time, or if it's going to be like The Clockmaker's Daughter, and I'm going to be confused through the whole thing. But, so that's it with books. That's all. I'm hoping to make some progress on The Women. I had several people, and I really appreciate it, told me that they really liked The Women. I had a lot of people tell me that was a really good book. So I really need to make good progress on it. And so just please, yes, let me know if you've read that book. Oh, and then also I had a few people give me some recommendations, because I had said in my last video, I really like the time travel and dual timeline books. And so they gave me some recommendations for some time travel books that I have never heard of. So once I read those, I will let you know. I'll share them with you. So that was fun. I enjoyed people, giving me their thoughts and recommendations. So, okay, so with that, I will get off here, and I just thank you so much for hanging around to the end.